Hey guys, so a couple weeks ago, I posted a pocket dump video. And in that pocket dump video, there's some comments of, you don't really carry all that stuff. How could you carry all that stuff? Yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to make it this angle where I'm kind of doing that pocket dump. And let's go through some of the things I carry. Now, this is winter. Today, it was 22 degrees out. So it's very cold. I have animals. I got to get up early. I got to do chores. This vest is super nice because it's warm, but also has a lot of pockets. It allows me to carry a lot of gear. And since I'm walking around, we have 7 acres. A lot of times I find things that need immediate attention. So having access to, some basic tools and stuff like that. That's why I have a tool vest basically that I wear. Now, if I go into town, I'm usually wearing just like this, especially on a weekend, things like that. So this is usually what I am carrying in the winter months. When it gets warmer, sometimes there's some things I just like having handy. So I'll switch over and I'll have a fanny pack that I wear. It's got a little multi-tool carabiner on there right now. And then this is something that usually goes from car to car with me. If I switch cars, I just move this over. This has some really basic stuff in it, but it has it's key management. It has my wife's car keys, so it's very easy to have the keys I want at any given time. Those are not on my person, but those are different things that I carry when I'm not wearing this vest, but today I'm wearing the vest. So let's go through it. We'll kind of just start on the right side, and in this right front dump pocket is sort of the main pocket where I've got my car keys, I've got my wallet, I've got my main pocket knife that I like, and in the side pocket there, I've got my phone. So that's, that area right there, that's all the stuff that I'm usually grabbing at any given time. If we go above that one to this one, this is a pocket that the most important thing that I have in here is some electrical tape. Like I said, sometimes I find things that need to be fixed now. This will fix it now, so I can go back and fix it later. And then I keep things in there that'll fix me. So there's some Tylenol and eye drops. I use those. That's all that I got in there. Sometimes, more medications will find their way in there. Benadryl, different things throughout the year. I just recently cleaned out this vest. So there's a lot of empty pill casings and things like that, cough drops, whatnot, go in this pocket. If we go down into my jeans pocket, we've got my Cold Steel Recon 1 Tonto. I use this a lot. That's my main knife if I need a knife. And also on that pocket in a more quick access to draw is my karambit, because that is something that I worry about is if I was in a situation where I couldn't get other things quickly, or I'm one-handed and I just needed something, I like that. If I go all the way down, I've also got a boot knife because I'm wearing boots. I just like this knife, so I had a boot sheath, so I put it on that boot. So pretty normal. It's got a bottle open on it, but I don't drink or anything, so I guess it's for opening your drink. And then it is a cool weighted knife, so it does throw very well. So I just like it, so I carry it. Also, let's see, I've got on that side my concealed carry, my 1911 Slim by Para Ordnance there, and I do keep, I'm just going to pull the whole thing out here, a spare magazine for that as well. And that covers the outside right, so let's talk about the left. Let's go to this dump pocket. In this dump pocket, I've got my rigging knife. I use this one a lot if I go to the dump because that Marlin spike on there is just really handy at undoing knots and things. And then I have just a little tape measure because it comes in handy. We go above it to this pocket. This is kind of my favorite pocket. It has a lot of the cool tools in there. I've got another knife. I just think this knife is funny, so I carry it. It's a Hello Kitty knife that I picked up after the Deadpool movie, so I carry that one. I've got a little, I think this is an Olight pry bar. This comes in handy for a lot of things. There used to be a company, I was like Mr. Goody or something, I don't remember, but it's a, little wrench there. It's got a pry bar. It's got some little hex bits. What I like about those little hex bits is their precision, and they fit some of the screws. They'll fit my Hollow Sun screws. This one over here will actually do the clicks on sights things. So I like this one if I go to the gun range. And then, yeah, it also has a bottle opener on it because people put bottle openers on a lot of things. I also carry this precision screwdriver. It does eyeglasses screws, which I find that comes in handy. And I've got a pen. I probably need to update my EDC pen, because this is what I carry, just a random pen. This today is from the Christmas shop in Gold Beach, Oregon. So that's there, but it does write, so that's the important part, and that is there. If I come down to pants pocket on this side, I don't have anything. If I go all the way down though to the boot, I've got another little knife here. This is by K-Bar. I don't know, I just have the sheets, so I put them on the boots. They're kind of cool. And then if I go into the back on the left side, I have a little first aid kit. First aid kit, I think, is important. I have worked in healthcare for a number of years, so having that. And in my first aid kit, I have a couple different things. I do have sutures, because that is something that you might need very quickly. And I do have tools on me that I could do sutures with. I have a scalpel blade, and then I just have a variety of like alcohol pads and Band-Aids. But the other thing I keep in here is just a thing of super glue, which can really help for wound management, but I like to carry super glue. This is a great place for it, because if it won't explode, because it's in this nice little soft shell. But I'm not gonna like accidentally glue myself to myself. Oh, also, these glasses, I was wearing these because I wanted to show that I just put them in this pocket when not in use. So if I go in a store or something like that, this is where I keep my sunglasses. So that's what that's about. Let's see. That's back pockets. That's there. Okay, so let's go inside the vest. So I basically just have 2 pockets here. This is all the fun stuff, and this is all the kind of the more useful stuff. None of this I ever really think of needing to get to quickly, but if we go in here, I've got a couple things. I've mentioned before, I love this company called Oceanus Brass. So I carry this pocket loop magnifying glass. It has yet to really come in handy for anything, but it's just so neat. So I carry it. So that's in there, just for fun. Also in that side, something I do use from time to time is just a really quick dirty knife sharpener. Every now and then I find that I need that, so it just ended up being worth carrying. And then, let's see, I've got this. You'll notice I don't carry like a Gerber multi-tool or a Leatherman. I carry a little 4-inch plier. This does all the little Gerbers and Leathermans. I've never found one that wasn't super clunky, that if, you know, the task I wanted it to do was either too annoying and I went and I got a real plier, or, you know, I started carrying this and I found that this will do all that stuff. So this is great. These are cheap too. Yeah, you get one on Amazon. They just started making a 4-inch one. So I used to have a 5-inch one, now I have a 4-inch one. So that's a recent upgrade, so to speak. And then I have this. This is also a new one. I've always carried lockpicks for a number of reasons. One, way back when, a buddy of mine, we developed a program at a martial arts school called Ninja Camp, and we were trying to figure out another thing to do at it. So we're like, we'll teach these kids how to pick locks. Which gave us incentive to learn how to pick locks, because through the company we had at the time, we could order this book called Easy Pickings that came with lock picks and something. Anyway, so we did that. So I've always been interested in lock picking, and it has come in handy a number of times, especially on old padlocks and, you know, different things that I can't find locks to. I've also let myself into my house more than once, and I once went to get coffee, and the people were waiting on the key man to get in, and I was like, if I pick the lock, would you give me free coffee? And they said yes, and I did, and I was able to get it relatively quickly. So anyway, in my lock picking kit though, I have some other stuff. So I have lock picks, but I do have this, and this is the thing. If I get this out, I'm usually not getting lock picks. I'm usually getting this little precision tweezer out. So that is super handy. I think tweezers are one of the things that you find yourself needing more often than a lot of stuff in your EDC. So it's got tension wrenches. It also has some rakes and whatnot. This is a little door jam gym tool. That kind of comes in handy. It also has a slimmer card version. So I have found those things handy. I sound like such a delinquent on all stuff that I have owned, that I have locked myself up with. And then these ones are kind of cool because they'll do like washer locks and whatnot. So sometimes toolboxes and things like that. So I got this. This is from Sparrow locks. I just recently upgraded from a very old set that I had just because they had a sale, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So I haven't used these too much. I have much more experience with my other set, but they do look very nice. And let's see, I believe that is everything that's in that pocket. Now, I just want to point out, this was empty. This was empty. This back pocket over here is empty. My hoodie pockets don't have anything. So I still have room to carry a bunch of other stuff. So like my EDC dump, you're like, oh my God, so much stuff. Wasn't really. This is a Pocket Shark by Cold Steel. It's like a Kobaton, but also it is just a really, really big fine tip Sharpie. So it works. I've got a couple of these. I just like this product, so that's one I have. I just did notice that I actually don't have something that I carry right here, and that is I have a little clip-on O-light, and it's because it's on the charger over there. I meant to put it back on. So I do have a little light that goes in there as well. And then I have some zip ties and paracord. And this goes back, if I go into this area, that's usually what I'm getting. And again, it's that whole, I need to fix it now so I can go back and fix it later. So this comes in handy, and I've just got a variety of different size ones, including some really thick ones. We have an area of our fence that has like some privacy screening on it. And a lot of times in the high wind, that'll get messed up. So having access to the zip ties is important. And then, yes, I really do carry, at this time of the year, the Cold Steel Espada in case I get in a knife fight. But just because it's so cool. It's just a great knife. I just really like it. And there's no reason to carry it. You're never going to need it. But where I do, and I've mentioned this before, and again, only with friends, and I usually don't really like super hand it over, but if someone's like, oh, does anyone have a pocket knife? I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Here you go. And people go, ha ha ha, that's funny. And then I get to show off my Espada. So anyway, that is, I think, everything that's in that pocket. So yeah, so in this little spot here, so that's like the back pocket, and this front pocket, I usually keep a little flashlight, a little O-light. And then sometimes, depending on where I'm at and whatnot, sometimes I'll move that to up here so it's quicker access. But usually I find that just the light on my phone does anything I need to do. But if I'm, thinking more of a self-defense type situation, I have that little one. I think that is a great one. I did recently order the wedge. Who's that by? Streamlight the wedge. It's like a super bright 1,000 lumen one. I haven't got it. It's supposed to be in the mail a couple days to replace that one because I decided that it was just time for an upgrade. So anyway, and it'll go in there. It's just not here to get. So yeah. So again, I have room to grow, room to put more stuff in, but all that stuff does fit in the pockets. You guys have a good one. Hey, so I figured I'd pop back in and just show that O-light, just so I'm putting stuff back together. So it's just it's a little O-light. It has its own like battery pack thing, and depending on the time of the year, sometimes I put the whole battery pack in there because then it's on a charge. But I usually just find that if I want it, it's quick access. It's not super big, but it is pretty darn bright. It is very functional, but I think nowadays it is not one that I would say is like a good self-defense one. So that's why I ordered that wedge, but I don't have that yet. Also, while I was going through that, I think I just made myself a little bit like flustered, and I forgot I also have a Swiss Army knife. And I think it's important to show the Swiss Army knife because the one that I use, it's called the Tinkerer. And if you think right now, other than the knife, what is the most important tool that you have on a Swiss Army knife? Did you say scissors? Because if you said scissors, I think you're wrong. I don't find the scissors to be overly useful on those knives. I've never found myself like really needing tiny scissors. Like I can just use a knife, right? Or if I need tiny scissors, probably having full-size scissors would be better. And I don't carry full-size scissors because I never need them. I just go get them. But what I have instead, and what's on the Tinkerer here, is this little plier. And why I wanted to mention I have it, and what I like about this one, I have my plier for pliering, but this is just for precision holding. If I had to suture, this is what I would suture with. When I was like, I have stuff to suture with, I figured I never showed you the Swiss Army knife. So that's kind of one of the things I have on there. And then it's got, you know, your basic Swiss Army knife stuff. I think it also has, yeah, there we go. I was like, it also has the scissors. So if I really needed the, you know, tiny scissors for something, I could, but like, I don't even know where they are because I never use them. And then it's got a Phillips head screwdriver. I, from time to time, find the toothpick really useful. Maybe that's gross. And then it's got these tweezers. My other tweezers that I showed you that I keep in with the lock clips are way better. But these ones do come in handy from time to time. So Swiss Army knife is the multi-tool of choice for me and the Swiss Army. So yeah, again, like I think don't rely on the Swiss Army scissors. Don't let that be your deciding factor. But I think Swiss Army knife is great. And if you get this and you know the little plier I showed you, there's no need for a Gerber or a Leatherman. You're never going to use that, and they're very annoying. They don't have a great hand feel or whatnot. This thing is great. So yeah, that is now kind of all my EDC stuff. Yeah, you know, stay tuned to the channel, and we'll kind of maybe look at a few of these things in more detail.